गुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् अपारकरुणामूर्तिं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं ध्यायामि तम् अहर्निशम् रामो सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरं चमु रामाय तस्मै नमः। रामानास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहं रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे पुराणमामुत्तर। महेश्वरसूत्राणि ऐ पृलुक् ए ऊङ् ऐ औच् हयवरट् लन् ङ मा ङ न नं जबञ्ज् गडदश् जबगडदश् कप चटत चटतौ पै श सर् हल् इति मागेश्वरसूत्राणि। सुप्रत्ययः सु औजस् अम् औक्षस् ताभ्यां बिस् ङेभ्यां ब्यस् ङसिभ्यां ब्यस् ङस्वोस् आम् ङि ओ सुप् सु औजस् without its letters. Sakara au as o au as abhyam bis ebhyam byas asbyam byas as o am e o su. Namaskar.
Okay. So last class la suggest panna mari yaar a question kekralo or answer பண்றாலோ படிக்கிறாலோ அவ மட்டும் வீடியோவை ஆன் பண்ணிட்டோம்னாக்கா it will be better. That is my suggestion. I leave it to you. Now we are into the Kruth pratyaya. First preliminary படிச்சிருக்கோம். We are to get into the first topic called pratyaya karmani and bhave, page 37. Correct Dana?
Yes Guruji.
Okay. Now adukku minnadi with regard to common to all Kruth pratyaya, certain basics thing which are all required for all the Kruth pratyayas ought to be properly remembered, because we will be applying those rules very often. Adula few rules which we have already seen, except one or two alone we wouldn't have seen. For example, what is guna, what is vriddhi? This we have seen earlier, but we will just go through those pages again. Second, what are the ith letters and how those ith letters are determined by what sutra? Then third one, what is the idagama, when the idagama will come? This is the third point. Then the fourth point is, I think this we have not seen, what is ardhadhaduka pratyaya and what is sarvadhaduka pratyaya. So these are all the things ought to be properly remembered. Then only we can apply those rules very clearly in the formation of the kridantas. Having said that, now let us look at it. The Panchavrittaya, page 17. Common changes in the anga. This is applicable to all thing pratyayas, supratyayas and kridantas. So we will look at it. Somebody can read this. The page 17 and the page 18. And in case of any doubt, you may ask and then I can clarify. Please.
நான் படிக்கிறேன் சார். கௌரி
படிங்க
சார், நான் படிக்கவா? Common changes in angas. When a pratyaya is suffixed to a prakriti, that prakriti is called anga. There are some common changes enjoined to angas. First one, dhatu as anga. When a pratyaya is suffixed to a dhatu, the dhatu is called anga, and vriddhi or guna can take place in that anga depending on the it letters of the pratyaya. Dhatu, that is the angam, plus the pratyaya. Vriddhi takes place when the pratyaya is nyit or nit. At the last ik, if the dhatu ends with ik.
What is ik? 1 minute. What is ik?
Ik pratyahara is a
correct?
That is the simple vowel. Yes.
Pratyahara. It is called pratyahara. Just to remind you, pratyahara is different from pratyaya. Pratyahara is a group of letters covered under the Maheshwarani Sutrani. So the ik means it starts with Maheshwarani Sutrani yi and it will end at the kakara stage. So ayivun rilak. So ye a li podnaka ye u r ka. So all those four are called the ik letter. And then the ik letter place the guna here in this particular case the vriddhi will take place at the ik pratyahara place if it happen to be at the final of the dhatu. Vriddhi will take place if the pratyaya that follows has got a nyakara or nakara as a it letter. Okay, padinga.
Example, ni plus nuval. To ni dhatu, nuval pratyaya is suffix. Ni plus ak. Nuval is replaced by.
Let us recollect the nuval. What is the content? What are the it letters?
Nuval it letters vandu na in and l. Idu rendu
in illa nakara.
Sorry. Nakara and lakara.
Illiye u also will go away. Adha podla the u la vandu u ku mela chandrabimbam will be there. U also will be the it letter. So nakara will go by what sutra?
Nakara will go by Chutu, sir. 1.2.7.
See, how to remember is
Chutu.
This null is a pratyaya and nakara is at the beginning of the pratyaya. Pratyayasya adi. So pratyayasya adiங்கிற சமயத்துல 3 சூத்திரா தான் இருக்கு. அந்த 3 சூத்திரால ஏதா ஒண்ணு அப்ளிகபிளா இருக்கும். அப்படி பார்த்துட்டானாக்க ஈஸியா தெரியும். அப்போ chutu pratyayasya adi it. That way the nakara will go away. Then lakara will go by what sutra? Halantyam will go away. Then u will go away by what? Ach anunasika. Ach anunasika is an it letter. So what will remain will be only vakara.
Vakara. Okay.
And the vakara will be replaced by akha by another Paninian rule. Yuor anaka. Yuoho ana aka. Yakara will be replaced by aka. Vakara will be Vakara will be replaced by akara. Yakara will be replaced by ana. So inge vandu nualla we are left out with vakara, and vakara will be replaced by aka. That is what comes on the next one. Padinga.
Okay, sir. Ni plus ak, that is nual is replaced by akara. Nai plus ak, being a nit pratyaya, nual causes vruddhi in the anga. Nai plus ak.
Nai plus aka. எப்படி நாய் ஆறுது?
இது ஐ இஸ் அதோ ஐயோட விருத்தி ஆறுது சார்.
விருத்தி இல்ல. See, நீயோட விருத்தி இஸ் ஐ. ஈயோடு ஈ, அதாவது நீல வந்து ஈ இருக்கு. ஈயோட குணா இஸ் ஏ. ஈயோடு விருத்தி இஸ் ஐ. That way it becomes nai. Nai plus aka is the enna sutra. It is I plus a are the coming together. Sandhi rule. Vowel sandhi rule. Ayavava sandhi. Ayava sandhi. So the I, so nai la I irukku. I plus a will become I plus a. That a will remain. Ella nyabagam vechukko, very important. Alana you won't be able to derive the proper kridanta form. Okay.
Nai plus ak, ayava sandhinala nayaka, one who leads.
Kondoradingo akana akanda padikano. Akkan sonna it is a Hindi. Okay. Nayaka. Okay. Male. So the first example is for the ik pratyahara when it is there at the end of a dhatu. The next example will be if the penultimate or upada abdingro Sanskrit la, if the upada a is there, that also will get vriddhi. It will become a. Padingo.
At the penultimate short a, if the dhatu has 1. 7.2.116 Ata upadhayaha.
படிக்க முடியலனா சூத்திரம் படிக்க முடியலனா விட்டுடுங்க. அத உபதாயாக அங்கஸ்ய விருத்திகி நியதி. ஓகே.
Pat plus nual. To pat dhatu, nual pratyay is suffixed. Pat plus aka, nual is replaced by aka. Path plus aka, being a nit pratyay, nual causes vriddhi to the anga. Pathaka, one who studies. Next example, pat plus nyanj. To pat dhatu, nyanj pratyay.
Pat plus ganj.
Ganj. Sorry, I'm sorry, sir. Pat plus ganj. To pat dhatu, ganj pratyay is suffixed. Pat plus a, it letters are removed.
What are the it letters? Ganjil edala it letters?
Ganjila, ig, a and
ig sonalingo.
Gakara, akara and nyakara. Illa gakara and nyakara it letters, and what remains is only a.
Gakara will go by what sutra? Lashaku Addatite. It belongs to the Ka Varga and it is the beginning of the pratyaya. Lashaku Addatite pratyasya adiki it. Okay.
And Nyakara will go by Halantyam. Another what remains is only Akara. Patha plus being a Nyat pratyaya, Ganj causes Vriddhi to the Anga. Part to study.
Okay. Next page, where are you reading?
Sir, நான் ஜனனி படிக்கிறேன் சார்.
Reading.
If Vriddhi did not take place, Guna can take place. At the last,
இது ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும் எல்லாரும். First நம்ம பார்க்க வேண்டியது once a dhatu and a pratyaya come, then we have to see whether the pratyaya has got a characteristic to bring in vriddhi. If it can bring in the vriddhi, that vriddhi should be applicable. Once vriddhi is made applicable, then the guna cannot take place because both are happening at the same place where the vowel is there. Then if the vriddhi has not taken place, then we have to see whether guna will take place. It is systematic proceed pannom. Okay.
at the last ik, if the dhatu ends with ik, sarvadhadikayoho.
பரவாயில்ல, அது விட்டுடுங்க கஷ்டம். சார்வதாதுக்கு ஆர்வதாதுக்கோயோ அங்கசிய குணகா.
குணகா. ஓகே.
வால்யூம் கம்மியா இருக்கு உங்களோட.
ஓ, இப்ப கேக்குறதா சார்?
கேக்குறது பட் கொஞ்சம் கம்மியா இருக்கு.
ஓ, ஓகே. At the ni plus trich, to ni dhatu, trich pratyaya is suffixed. Ni plus tr, it letter is removed. Sakara is removed by Halantyam sir. Hello. Hello. Sir, காதுல விழுறதா சார்?
ரொம்ப வால்யூம் கம்மியா இருக்கு. வேற யாரோ படிங்க.
நான் கோமதி படிக்கிறேன் சார்.
படிங்க.
If Vriddhi did not take place, Guna can take place. At the last Ika, if the dhatu ends with Ika, Ni plus Trich, to Ni dhatu, Trich pratyaya is suffixed. Ni plus Tr, its letter is removed. That means the chakara, there is some external sound effect.
தெரியலையே.
நான் முதல்ல இருந்தே இது எக்ஸ்டர்னல் சவுண்ட் வந்துட்டே இருக்கு. எனக்கு தான் அப்படி இருக்கா, வேற எல்லாருக்கும் இருக்கான்னு தெரியல.
எனக்கு எக்ஸ்டர்னல் சவுண்ட்
இருக்கு. இல்ல some background
இல்ல ஏதோ டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் இருக்கு.
இருந்துட்டே இருக்கு. யா, ரொம்ப டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் இருக்கு. ஓகே.
ஜனனி மியூட் பண்ணிடுங்க. ஜனனி ஓகே சரி. இப்ப படிங்க.
நீ plus trich, to நீ dhatu, trich pratyaya is suffixed. நீ plus tr, the it letter is removed. So here the chakara is the it letter and it is
but what sutra? By what sutra?
By 1.3.3 Halantyam it.
Okay.
Halantyam it. Then the ni trich causes, trich pratyaya causes guna in the anga. So ni, the guna of ni is ne. So ne plus tr, that becomes netre, one who leaves.
Okay.
The next example is kr plus lut. To kru dhatu, lut pratyaya is suffixed. Here in the lut is replaced by ana, because in lut the takara is the it letter, it goes away through the halantyam it, and lakara goes away.
Lakara will go by what sutra?
Lashakuhu.
Correct. Okay. Then yuk mela there will be a ook mela there will be chandrabimbam. So that u also will go away, but achanunasika. What we left out will be yakara only.
Yakara. And the yakara will change to ana.
Correct. Okay.
So the lut is replaced by ana. So kr will take guna and become kar. Kar plus ana. The guna takes place in the anga caused by the lut pratyaya. Kar plus ana. Natva sandhi is applied. Karana. Karana means of doing.
Okay.
At the penultimate...
Anybody has got any doubt?
Okay. At the penultimate short, if the dhatu has one, bud plus ganj. To bud dhatu, ganj pratyaya is suffixed. So bud plus a, if letters are removed. In ganj pratyaya, nyakara it goes by halantyam yit, and gakara goes by lashaku. That rule.
Okay.
So akara only remains. So bud plus a will be bud will take the guna. So u will become o. So bodh plus a guna takes place in the anga caused by the ganj pratyaya. So bodha knowledge.
Okay. One thing is to be remembered, at the penultimate short ik na haswa I u r. If it is a dirgha I u, then the guna will not take place. This is to be remembered. Okay.
Then the next example 4, ish plus lut. Here again in lut, takara goes away halantyam and lakara goes up by lashaku sutra. And u chandrabimba also goes away by achanunasika rule. The yakara alone remains. Then the yakara is replaced by ana. So ish plus ana, lut is replaced by ana. Then ish takes the guna and it becomes ye. Ganj pratyaya causes, lut causes guna in the anga. So ish becomes yesh plus ana. Lut pratyaya causes guna in the anga. Yesh plus ana. Natva sandhi is applied. Yeshana. Desire.
Okay. Aditham padichengo. Prohibition of guna and vritti also padichunga Gomati.
Sana padikita Mahalakshmi.
Seri.
Prohibition of guna and vritti when the pratyaya is kit or din. That is one
kit or nit.
Kit or nit, sorry. 1.1.5.
Niticha na guna vritti. Okay.
Example 1. Kru plus iktva. To kru dhatu, iktva pratyaya is suffix. So kru plus tva. Kakara of iktva is it letter, thus kakara is removed. Because the pratyaya is kit, guna change is prevented in anga, kritva having done. So in kritva, iktva, we see that this ik only goes away, tva remains, and it goes by 1.3.8. lashaku lashaku taditya, no, lashaku taditya.
Sorry.
With that it goes. So the Krutva is having done. Pratipadika as anga.
That is not இப்போதைக்கு அவசியம் இல்ல. That comes into the picture only when the Tadjita Pratyas are added, which we will say later. But the Krut Pratyaya invariably it will not come into picture. Whereas take to page 22, Idagama. When the Idagama will come, this also we had seen earlier. We will again read through.
Okay, sir. So Idagama. Idagamaha. Augment it. Agamaha. Augment is an additional letter to an entity such as pratyaya, dhatu, etc. without adding any meaning. It is enjoined by Panini Sutra. Agamana does not have its own entity. For example, when an agamana is attached to a pratyaya, it becomes a part of the pratyaya.
It is very important. Later it will be useful. When an agama is attached to a pratyaya, then all the characteristics of the pratyaya also it will get along with the agama. அது மட்டும் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. Okay.
Dhatu, it is an agama attached to the beginning of a pratyaya under some conditions listed below. Dhatu has to be conditioned first. Set dhatu. Set is a type of dhatu which comes with saha, it. In dhatu koshaha, set is indicated as S in the third column after the first two columns for 1 to 10 conjugation and PAU, that is Parasmapadi, Atmanepadi, Ubhayapadi. Pratyaya has to be condition 1. Ardha Dhatuka Pratyaya. Ardha Dhatuka is a technical term for a pratyaya which is affixed to dhatu and not thing or shit. Condition 2. Starting with vala, any consonant other than yakara. To see how it is attached, pratyayas conforming to the conditions are listed with a set dhatu. Set dhatu, pratyaya modification process, final form. With, to know, to PL, plus sun is equal to vivid plus it plus sakara, that is equal to vividisha, plus trich is equal to veda plus it plus tru, that is veditru, plus iktva is equal to vid plus it plus twa, that is viditva, plus tumun is equal to ved plus it plus tum, veditum, plus ikta is equal to vid plus it plus ta, vidita, plus this is iktvatum. So vid plus it plus tavata is viditavat plus tavya is equal to veda plus it plus tavya, veditavya.
Okay. யாருக்காவது இதுல சந்தேகம் இருக்கா?
இல்ல குருஜி.
ஓகே, இன்னைக்கு நான் இதை சம்மரைஸ் பண்ணி ஒரே பேஜ்ல அனுப்பிச்சிருந்தேன். அதை இட்ஸ் அப்ளிகபிள் டு ஆல் திங் பிரத்யா அண்ட் எவ்ரி திங். ஸோ முடிஞ்சானாக்கா அதை ஒரு பிரிண்ட் அவுட் எடுத்து ரெஃபரன்ஸை வச்சுக்கோங்க. இந்த 1 page reference will be always useful for all the anga related karyas to be done when the pratyas are to be added onto that. Okay, இதுல the point number 3 is what we are not covered in the panchavrittayaha. அது மட்டும் யாரா படிச்சிருங்க. That is called what is meant by sarvadhatuka and ardhadhatuka. கிடைச்சதா உங்களுக்கு?
படிச்சது
படிக்கிறேன்
சார்.
நேரா படிங்க.
படிக்கவா? Point 3 sarva ardha dhatukaha. 3.4.113 ting shit sarva dhatukam. All ting and shit pratyayas are sarva dhatukam. Ting shap shayan shaha shatru
shan shaha shatru shanat
shan shaha shatru shanat etc.
So these are all the examples of the pratyaya which are called sarva dhatukam. See, actually it is, although the dhatu word vandalum, it refers to pratyaya. Really speaking, they are called sarva dhatuka pratyayaha. So the சேர்த்து படிச்சாதான் நான் always என்ன தாத்துக்கா வந்தனா how it is connected to dhatu naidum. Sarva dhatuka pratyayas. For example, ting pratyaya. What are all the ting pratyaya? How many of them are there?
18
are there. Okay. Everybody knows what it is, yeah? Sorry. So they are all called ting pratyaya. So the ting pratyaya are all called sarva dhatukam. There are some exceptions are there that we will look at it later. Otherwise, all 18 ting pratyayas are called sarva dhatukam. Then shap is there. What is shap? Where we have seen?
Gana.
First gana vikarana pratyaya. First gana. So anga vandu shap irukku. So shapla shakara is there, and hence it is called shakara as a it letter. So hence it is called shit pratyaya. So this shit pratyaya is also sarva dhatuka pratyaya. Then shan enga varudhe?
shannu gana padikumbodhu dhaan padichirukom.
Which gana? Fourth gana. There again the shakara is an it letter, hence it is a shit, hence it is sarva dhatuka. Then shaha enga varudhe?
Sudhadigana, sixth gana.
So there again shakara is there, it is also shit pratyaya. Then shatru and shanach, where it is coming?
Active present continuous tense, past continuous tense.
Present active participle and present passive participle. Rendulume the shakara as a it letter is there, so they are also called shit pratyaya. These are all examples of the shit pratyaya. There are also so many other shakara as a it letter are there. All of them will be called sarva dhatuka pratyayas. Okay?
Okay.
Then mela padinga.
3.4.114 ardha dhatukam sheshah. Rest or all ardha dhatukam.
Rest naka இப்போ வந்து ஒரே நிமிஷம். sarva dhatukam என்னன்னு சொல்லி டிஃபைன் பண்ணியாச்சு. That is ting pratyaya and those other pratyayas which has got shakara as a it letter, they are only sarva dhatuka. Adha tavira baki whatever pratyayas are there, adan called sheshaha. All others are the ardha dhatuka. Okay?
Okay.
So that is what is meant. Idu nyama vechukano, very important. What is sarva dhatuka or the ardha dhatuka? Example kudi padinga adile.
Nich, ukara, itta, ittavat, etc.
Okay, idella ardha dhatuka. Okay.
In terms of lakara, let
lang, lot, vidiling are sarvadhatukam. Lit, lut, lrit, ashirling, lung, are ardhadhatukam.
So this also one has to remember. In addition, so in the oru page will give the what is guna, what is vriddhi, what is ardhadhatukam, what is the sarvadhatukam, everything it will give, and added to that where the idagama will come, we have seen. Maybe I'll try to incorporate that also over here. For the time being, you take it, okay? Any doubt for anybody?
Hello.
Okay. This will be, we will be applying it very often, so all have to be very adept in that. Okay. Now let us go back to page 37. Kruth pratyaya, another subheading called Krutya Pratyaha. They are also Kruth pratyaya, or because of some specific characteristic, they are also called Krutyaha. Okay. Yaar padikire?
Na padikire Guruji. Krityaha in karmani and bhave. There are 6 krit pratyayas together called krityaha. These 6 pratyayas are yat, kyat, nyat, tavyat, kyap.
Yat, kyap, kakara, yakara, pakara.
Kyap, nyat, tavyat, tavya, aniyar. Krityaha pratyayas are enjoined in the section of Panini Sutra from 3.1.95 to 3.1.132. Kritya is a subcategory of Krit pratyayas. All Krityaha pratyayas are used in the same sense. Basic meaning, karma, object, and also bhava, meaning of the dhatu itself. Additional meanings, the sense of direction, fitness, necessity, capacity, etc.
Okay. One minute. So, we had earlier, in the introduction, I gave Trich and what else I gave? Lyutte and Ganj.
Yes.
And each of them comes in a specific sense. Kartari Vutpatti, Vitpatti, Karma Vitpatti, Bhave Vitpatti. Adhe mari, in the Krutya Pratyas are all will come in the Karma Vitpatti. That is, the Dhatu plus the Krutya Pratyaya will give rise to Pradipadika, and at the Pradipadika level, the meaning will be the karma or the object that will represent. It will represent the object. Additionally, this Kritya Pratyayas will bring in the meaning of lot and vidiling. Should be done. Object that should be applied, etc. on the meaning liye varum. யாருக்கு ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்கா?
Lot and vidiling varuma Guruji, illa will bring in vidiling matuma.
Lot vidiling தான் இதுல கொடுத்திருக்கு.
Okay.
Additional meaning, the sense of direction, fitness, necessity, capacity. The vidiling will come in all this meaning if you look at it earlier our note. Okay?
Okay Guruji, thank you. Continue பண்ணட்டா Guruji.
படிங்க.
the meaning of all the 6 kritya ending are Guruji echo ஆறுது
எனக்கு கிளீனா இருக்கு
ஓகே தெரியல எனக்கு மட்டும் தான் அப்படினா echo ஆறுதா இருக்கும் யாருக்கும் the meaning of all of the 6 kritya ending are object which should be done, object which is fit to be done, object which is necessarily to be done, object which is possible to be done, action which should be done, action which is fit to be done, action which is necessarily to be done, action which is possible to be done. In the examples, only one meaning is written as a sample to save space. After removal of its letters, the contents of the krityaha are 3 types. Yat, kyap, nyat. The content is ya.
Okay, பாக்கியெல்லாம் ith letter ஆயிடும். How they will go? Yat எடுத்தனாக்கா takara will go
halantyam, and kepla வந்து kakara will go by lashaku adula, and pakara by halantyam, and nyatla வந்து chutu, nakara by chutu, and takara by halantyam.
Okay, good. Okay.
Tavyat, tavya. The content is tavya. இதுல வந்து tavyatla takara will go by halantyam, tavyala வந்து ஆல முடியறது, so there is no ith letter in that.
Okay.
And aniyar, the content is aniya, so refa will go by halantyam.
Okay.
Ith letter of the pratyaya determine how anga should be modified. For example, nya, to know, plus yat is equal to nyeya. When yat is suffixed, a of the dhatu is modified into a.
Okay, இதை நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிடுறேன். So there are 2 conditions are applicable if the dhatu is ending in the a, that is the dirgha a. Okay, dhatu is ending in a, and if it is followed by a krut pratyaya which is having yakara as the first letter after removing the ith letter. And the pratyaya has to be ardhadhatuka pratyaya. Okay, if these 3 conditions are there, let me repeat the 3 conditions. 1, the dhatu has to end in akara. Then the pratyaya has to start with yakara. Then it has to be a ardhadhatuka pratyaya. Then the a of the dhatu will be replaced by e. In other words, nya followed by yat, the nya will become ni aidam. Anybody has got any question?
Guruji, short iya hrisvava dirghava e?
Dirgha.
Okay.
Dirgha e. Ni aidam.
Okay.
Okay, now the question comes here in the example vandu nya is added to yat. So the question first vandu is very clear, the dhatu is ending in an a, that is very clear. Second condition, the pratyaya has to start with ya, that is also very clear. Third condition, it has to be ardhadhatuka. How this yat is ardhadhatuka?
ting and shit illenaka adu vandu shesham ardha dhatukam
baaki ella ardha dhatukam. So this is to be brought about. All the three conditions are applicable, and hence the rule is applicable, and hence a will become e.
Okay, Guruji.
Then any pratyaya added to a dhatu except kit and nit will cause guna or vriddhi. That is the next condition. Here yat is a pratyaya which doesn't have a kakara. It's not a kit and it is not a nit. So it will cause guna. So guna to wherever the ik is there. So the ik will become guna of e is what? A. So ni will become nye. Hence it will become nyeya. Where yarka sandeyam irukka?
Guruji, and the last point ஒரு தடவை திருப்பி சொல்லுங்க.
எந்த பாயிண்ட் சொல்லுங்க லாஸ்ட்னாக்கா?
இந்த கண்டிஷன்ஸ் சொன்னீங்க அது ஈ சொன்னீங்க.
இதான் அந்த சூத்திரம் படி, சூத்திரம் 6465 அதுபடி, if the dhatu is ending in an a and it is followed by an ardha dhatuka pratyaya, okay, which is having yakara as the first letter, then the a will be replaced by e. When nyala nyakara plus a is there, the a replaced by e will become e. Then the yat being an ardha dhatuka pratyaya which is not a kit or nit, hence it will cause guna, and guna to the anga or dhatu. Dhatula e is there. The e odu guna enadhu? A. So ni will become nye, and nye plus yattala takara poidum by halantyam. So nye plus ya nyeya. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Mera padingo.
To praise plus kyap is equal to tutya. Tuk agama is added because kyap is pitta.
Okay. So this is another condition which also we need to keep it in mind. The conditions are all one. The dhatu should be having a hraswa ending. Hraswa na short. I, u, r, a, etc. are all hraswa. So condition 1 is the dhatu should end in a, I, u, r. Okay? This is condition 1. Then condition 2 is when any krit pratyaya follows. Harsva ending dhatu followed by any krit pratyaya. Then that krit pratyaya, if he has got pakara as a it letter, pitna pakara as a it letter. Okay, 3 conditions are okay. Ella ezhinditala ezhidikonu, you will have always problem. All these things are covered by specific Paninian rule. Sollunga Mahalakshmi.
முதல் வந்து dhatu should be hraswa, a, I, u,
dhatu ending should be hraswa.
And second one, when any krit pratyaya follows, then that pratyaya pakara as an it letter. அப்புறம் இன்னொன்னு என்ன?
Correct. இது மூணு தான். If it happen, if it is there, then a tuk agama will come. Tukna takara. Takara as a it letter, tuk agama will come. இப்ப இந்த stu plus kep இருக்கு. Kepல kakara is there. Kep is a krit pratyaya. So condition 1, stula oola mudiyirudhu. U is a hrasva u. Okay, then kep is it is a krit pratyaya, and kepla it is ending in a pakara. It's a pit also. So all the three conditions are there. Then the tukagama will come. So where the tukagama will come is determined by another Paninian rule. Let us not go into that. So we see stu plus the content of kep pratyaya will be only ya. Okay, so stu plus tuk takara plus ya, stutya. Stu plus takara coming from tuk agama. Tuk agama oda content is only takara. Tukkula tu adu ookku mela that chandrabimbam will be there. That is not indicated. Tuk agamala plus kakara. So tuk agamala kakara will go by halantyam. U will go by ach anunasika, and only takara will be the content. So stu plus tuk plus the ya. Then after removing the it letters, stu plus it plus ya, stutya. Okay, appo stutya naka it should, as per these conditions of this pratyaya, it should indicate an object and which should be praised. Meaning of the dhatu is to praise that which should be praised. That is the meaning, that which should be praised. Simple meaning will be the object to be praised. Stutya is equal to object to be praised. And since the additional meaning, necessity, direction, fitness, etc. also comes into the picture, in other words, all you have to remember it is a lot or wheedling meaning. Lot and wheedling meaning la main vara vendiyadhu should be ingra mari. So that which should be praised. In the stutyam la stotram also comes into the picture. Stotram is again comes from the dhatu stu dhatu. Okay. Okay. Any doubt for anybody?
இல்ல குருஜி.
படிங்க, மேல படிங்க.
Kr to do plus nyat is equal to karya. Because nyat is nit, vriddhi take place in anga.
Okay, now let us analyze it. Krila vandu it is ending in a r. Okay, and followed by nyat. Okay, so this nyat pratyaya, what is the content? What are all the it letters?
It letters nakara vandu idula poidum, chutula poidum, and takara is halantyam. So ya is the content.
Yeah. Okay, now the condition, what are all the conditions that are there? It is a krit pratyaya. Nyat is a krit pratyaya, and because it has got a content ya, it is a ardha dhatuka. Okay, ardha dhatuka, but since nit is there, nit will cause guna to the anga. So R is the dhatu ik letter. R will become vriddhi by R.
R.
So Kr will become Kar plus content of Nyat is Ya, Karya. Okay?
Okay.
Kr meaning to do. So Karyangra samayatla that which should be done. So நம்ம சாதாரணமா நம்ம ஆத்ல பண்ற சமயத்துல காரியம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்னு சொல்லி சொல்றோம். வேதாந்திக் மீனிங் படி நம்மளோட பவுண்ட் டியூட்டி கர்த்தவியம் கர்மா இஸ் கால்ட் காரியம். அவளோட வர்ண ஆசிரமத்துக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி வாட் எவர் இஸ் டு பி டன் இஸ் கால்ட் காரியம். So much of a meaning is there. Okay. சரி. வேற சந்தேகம் இருக்கா யாருக்காவது? Any doubt for anybody?
எனக்கு இல்ல குருஜி. வேற யாராவது?
Okay. சரி படிங்க மேல படிங்க.
Kr to do plus tavya is kartavya.
In the tavya pratyaya also will come in the meaning of should be done. And the meaning la varum. Tavya is also a Kruth pratyaya and it is starting from the first letter of tavya pratyaya is takara. Okay? So is it an ardha dhatuka or sarva dhatuka?
Shit, இது ஆர்த தாத்துக்கம் தான் குருஜி. ஷிட்டிங் மட்டும் தானே சார்வ தாத்துக்கம்.
Okay. Then it will cause guna, so krila r will become ar, so kartavya. Kartavya also will mean that should be done. Okay.
Next படிக்கட்டுமா குருஜி? Kr to do plus aniya is karaniya. இதுல aniyar is the pratyaya, அதுல refa halantyamla போயிடுது. So aniya இருக்கு. And since it is ardha dhatuka pratyaya, kr will take guna to form ar and karaniya அப்படினா இருக்கு.
So karaniya also will have the same meaning, to be, should be done.
Be done.
In other words, if you look at it, all the kri pratyas which are to the kri pratyaya, nyat is added to get karya. To the kri, tavya is added to get kartavya. To kri, aniya is added to karaniya. All of them has got the same meaning, that which should be done. That which should be done. Okay?
Among these krityahas, suffixes tavyat, tavya, aniyar can be suffixed to any dhatu.
This is to be very clearly understood. Tavyat, tavya, aniyar can be added to all dhatus. Whatever the dhatus which are there in the dhatu pada or dhatu kosha. Whereas yat, kep and yat has got certain condition. It cannot join with all the dhatus. It can join with only some specific dhatu. Okay.
Among yat, kep and yat, the characteristics of the dhatu determine which one of them can be suffixed.
Yes. Okay. யாருக்கு ஏதாவது சந்தேகம் இருக்கா?
இல்ல குருஜி.
Sure. So we move on to the page 38. வேற யாரா படிங்க.
கோமதி படிக்கிறேன்.
படிங்க.
Of the Krit pratyayas, there are 7 common things to be known about Krityaha: Yat, Kyap, nyat, tavyat, tavya, aniya. What krityaha denote? Karma, object, and also bhava, meaning of the dhatu itself. The sense of direction, fitness, necessity, or capacity are added to the action.
Okay, only thing I want to add, ஏற்கனவே சொல்லிட்டேன். So Krutya Pratyaya add பண்ணாக்கா, the 6 Krutya Pratyayas when are added, the Pradipadika will be Karma Vitpatti or Bhave Vitpatti depending upon the context. Context will determine whether that the Pradipadika as used as a word comes in the sense of karma vitpatti or bhave vitpatti. யாருக்கா சந்தேகம் இருக்கா? இது ஒவ்வொன்றுக்கும் மாறிட்டே இருக்கும். அதனால one has to be very careful about it. சந்தேகம் ஒண்ணும் இல்ல, மேல படிங்க.
Content of krityaha: ya for yat, kyap and nyat, tavya for tavyat and tavya, aniya for aniya. It indicatory letters of krityaha and their function, individually seen in the following sections. Special modifications of pratyaya and anga, guna or vriddhi can take place. Gender of the new pratipadika. The new pratipadika declines in 3 lingas. The linga is determined by the linga of a noun which the kritya ending word qualifies. Declension of the new pratipadika. In pullinga and napumsakalinga, it declines as a ending. In strilinga, a feminine suffix tap, that is akara, is added and it declines as a ending. Vigraha vakyam of the krit vrittihi. As the explanation for one kritya pratyaya, another kritya pratyaya is generally used. Example: kartavyam for karaniyam, darshaniyah for drishyah, etc. To show the meaning of fitness, yogya with tumun ending word may be used. Example: datum yogyam for deyam, drashtum yogyah for darshaniyah, etc. To show the meaning of capacity, shakya with tumun ending word may be used. Tyaktum shakyah, tyaktavyah, vaktum shakyam, vachaniyam, etc.
Okay, in the meaning when we go into the respective pratyaya, we will look at it in detail. இப்போ overall understand பண்ணிக்கோங்க போறோம். Okay, யாருக்காவது ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்கா? இல்லைன்னா மேலே யாராவது படிங்க. யத் கெப் பன்யத்.
மகாலட்சுமி படிக்கிறேன். Yat kyap nyat. The content is yakara. It indicatory letters of yat kyap nyat and their function. For yat, takara by 1.3.3 halantyam for intonation. For kyap, kakara by 1.3.8 lashaku tadite when kit pratyaya
adadite. Lashak padadite enukku sandhi is there. Lashaku atadite. U plus a will become va, vaka. Okay.
So lashaku atadite when kit pratyaya follows, guna and vriddhi are prohibited in anga See topic 4. Pakara by 1.3.3 halantyam. When pit pratyaya, which is krit pratyaya, follows a dhatu which ends with a short vowel, takara is attached at the end of the dhatu. 6.1.71 Hrisvasya piti kriti tuk.
Okay.
Then for nyat, nakara by 1.3.7 chutu, nakara can cause vriddhi. See topic 4. And takara by 1.3.3 halantyam for intonation. Sir, continue பண்ணிட்டா
யாருக்கா
நான்
சந்தேகம்
சொல்லணுமா
இருந்தா
கண்டினியூ
பண்ணுங்க.
Okay. Among yat, kyap and nyat, the characteristics of the dhatu determines which one of them can be suffixed. See the next page for examples. Yat is suffixed to ach ending dhatu. 3.1.97 acho yat pratyaya parashva dhatoho.
It is to be understood. Aure nimisham. The yat is also a pratyaya. That yat can be attached to only such of those dhatus which are ending in a only. If the dhatu is ending in anything other than a, yat cannot be added. Sorry, a illa ach. Sorry, that means any vowel. Anything ending in a vowel, yat will be added. Okay? இதுக்கு ஒரு எக்ஸெப்ஷன் இருக்கு which will follow except ரு வரும், ரு வந்தா எத் வராது. Okay.
Then two ending dhatus which are short akara in penultimate say yat 3.1.98 four dhupa dhat yat
வரும். அதாவது the pakara, if the dhatu ending in a pakara will be hull ending. But all other hull ending dhatus will get another pratyaya nyat. But if the pa varga ending dhatu is there, by exception again only yat will come. This is what is being said. Okay, in other words, what it means, all vowel ending dhatus except r will get yat pratyaya. Then all pakara pa varga ending dhatus also will get yat only. And the pakara should be followed by only short a. This is the third condition. Konja confusing irukum. I will write it separately and send it to you, a separate note which will give you a better idea. Padinga.
Yes, sir. Then other specific instances for kyap. Some specific dhatus takes kyap 3.1.109 yatistu shas srudra jushah kyap.
Okay. In other words, kyap pratyaya will be added to only specific dhatus. What are the specific dhatus? We will be seeing it later. Okay.
And for nyat, rit ending dhatus take nyat 3.1.124 ruhalod
nyat. Okay. அதாவது ending is a vowel. Normally it should get yat pratyaya. By this rule, the r ending dhatu will get only nyat. Similarly, all hull ending dhatus will get nyat except pa varga. If pa varga ending dhatus are there, it will get yat. Okay.
Yes, sir. And others, you have told hull ending dhatus take nyat. other specific
Okay.
instances.
Okay.
குருஜி
சொல்லுங்க.
புக்ல இந்த இதுல வந்து பூ எண்டிங் தாத்துஸ்ல போட்டிருக்கு, அத நாங்க பக்காரா எண்டிங் தாத்துஸ்னு மாத்திக்கணுமா?
பூனாலே அதுதானே மீனிங். இதுபடி அக்கூக விசர்ஜனையான படிச்சிருக்கோம். இல்ல பூனால இட் பாவர்கான்னு இருக்கும்.
ஓகே.
கூனா காவர்கா, சூனா சாவர்கா.
ஓகே குருஜி.
ஏற்கனவே பார்த்திருக்கிறதா அதெல்லாம்.
ஓகே குருஜி, thank you.
So excuse me, I have a doubt here.
சொல்லுங்க.
அந்த இதுல வந்து பித்து பிரத்யா நீங்க வந்து சொன்னீங்க பகாரா இட் லெட்டர் துகாகமா வரும் அப்படின்னுட்டு. இப்ப அதுல வந்து இன்னொரு இட் லெட்டர் வந்தாலும் பகாரா இட் லெட்டரா இருந்தா துகாகமா வரலாம் இல்லையா சார்?
ஆமா ஆமா.
ஓகே, அதுதான். ரெண்டு இட் லெட்டர் இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல, ஒன்னு பக்காராவா இருந்தா
only other condition is it has to be a kruth pratyaya. It cannot be a tadita pratyaya or it cannot be any other pratyaya. It has to be one of the kruth pratyaya and it should have pakara as a it letter.
Okay, thank you.
For one example, some of these examples we will see. Yaar padikire?
Here are some examples of the yet ending words. Dhatu move has to become one of the possibilities. Dhatu asti ending dhatu take yet. G to convert plus yet equals J.
சரியா கேக்குறது இல்ல. I am not able to hear you properly.
அப்படியா? இப்ப கேக்குதா? பரவாயில்லையா?
கேக்குறது.
Dhatus take yet. G 1p to conquer plus yet is equal to J. That which should be conquered.
எப்படி வருது? ஏங்கிறது வேர்ட் எப்படி வருது? ஜஸ்ட் ப்ராசஸ் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுங்க.
குணா ஆர்து குருஜி, குணா ஆர்து. ஜி ஜகாரா பிளஸ் இ, அந்த இ வந்து குணா ஆகி ஏ ஆர்து, அப்ப ஜே ஆர்து. ஜே பிளஸ் எத்துல வந்து இத்து வந்து இத்து லெட்டர் ஹலந்தியம் இத்துல வந்து தக்காரா போயிடுது, ஏ மட்டும் இருக்கு, அப்ப ஜே ஆயிடுது.
ஓகே. அப்போ ஜிங்கிற தாத்துக்கு why only s is added, why not kep or nyat?
அதுதான் இங்க அது அச்சு எண்டிங்ல எத் ஆட் ஆகும்னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன்.
ஓகே. So that which should be conquered. Okay, படிங்க.
Second one, நீ to led plus yet is equal to neya, that which should be led.
That which should be led. Okay.
At the end of end.
ஒரே நிமிஷம் ரெண்டுமே it indicates karma vitpatti. That which should be conquered அப்படினாக்கா it may be some in the case of a king, some other rajyam is to be conquered, or in the case of individual there may be some object or some desires are to be conquered. In any way it represents some object, anala it means it is a karma vitpatti. Is that very clear? Adu romba avashyam that it is a yat is a karma vitpatti, it's a kritya pratyaya, and additionally since it indicates the lot and middling meaning, it also means that which should be conquered, and the should be emphasis comes. Then there is a necessity to get success. Okay. Parikshayam nyayah. பரீட்சையில் one has to succeed அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி மீனிங் வரும். அதே மாதிரி நேய means that which should be led. There is a compulsory somebody should be led. Okay, balakaha griham prati neyam, they should be led towards the house. Okay, மேல படிங்க.
Akara at the end becomes ikara, then guna, when followed by yat. Example, nya to know plus yat is equal to nyeya, that which should be known. Dha
எப்படி nyeya ஆறுது? nya plus yat
akara nya plus a வந்து அது ஆர்த்த தாத்துக்கம்ல ஏ ஆகும் சொல்லுங்க.
எப்படி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் வந்து நான் சொன்னேன், இந்த ஞால வந்து தாத்து இது என்னன்னா and it is followed by kruth pratyaya and which is starting with ya and hence the a will become e. That is the first step.
And e guna a ஆகும், அப்புறம் வந்து ஞே ஆயிடும்.
Okay, அந்த ஸ்டெப் மறக்க கூடாது. Okay,
okay. Number da to give plus yat is equal to deya, that which should be given. Number 3
pratyama. இந்த வேர்டு எல்லாமே பஜகோவிந்தத்துல வருது. அதோட யாருக்கு பஜகோவிந்தம் தெரியும் சொல்லி தெரியல. ஏயம் கீதா நாம சகஸ்ரம் ஜேயம் ஸ்ரீபதி ரூபமஜஸ்ரம் வருது. அது எல்லாமே எத் பிரத்யா யூஸ் பண்ணி தான் வந்திருக்கு. that should be given exception. Okay,
pra plus ma to know plus yat is equal to prameya, that which should be known.
எல்லாமே கர்ம விபத்தில் தான். You should not forget, you should every time when you read with these pratyayas, it should indicate the object. All of them either karma vipatti or bhave vipatti. இங்க prameya அப்படிங்கிற சமயத்துல that object which should be known, அந்த மீனிங்ல that which should be known. Okay,
okay. Next one, anu plus ta to practice plus yat is equal to anusheshta, anushtheya.
அனுஷ்டேயம் சொல்லி சொல்றாங்க, அதுதான் அனுஷ்டேய.
அனுஷ்டானம்ங்கிறது வந்து எது வருது?
அது வந்து ஜுட்டு வந்தனக்கு அனுஷ்டானம் சொல்லி வரும். இங்க அனுஷ்டேய is that which should be followed.
Okay. Abhi plus dha to name plus yat is equal to abhideya, that which should be named. Okay. Ha to abandon plus yat is equal to heya, that which should be abandoned.
Okay, அதுக்கா சந்தேகம் இருக்கா? சரி, மேல படிங்க.
Nijanta dhatu drops the last ikara of nich. Sananta dhatu drops the last akara of sun. Pratipadi.
இந்த ரூல்ஸ் எல்லாமே முன்னாடி இருக்கு, நம்ம படிக்கல. அது பார்த்துக்கோங்க, ரெஃபரன்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கோங்க. அந்த டாபிக் 4ல இருக்கிறதுதான். ஓகே,
Pradipadi to unfold plus yat is equal to Pradipadya, that which should be unfolded.
So Pradipadi is ending in the E, and Pradipadi is a Nijanta Dhatu, and the E will drop, then it becomes Pradipad Naidum. Pradipad plus Yat la Sakara Pona, Ya or no will be there. Then பிரதிபாத்ய அப்படின்னு ஆயிடும். ஓகே,
புரியுது. ஜிக்ஞாசா to desire to know plus yat is equal to jignasya, that which should be desired to be known.
okay, இங்கேயும் ஜிக்ஞாசால Takara followed by A is there. A at the end of Jignasa will get dropped by the Paninian rule, and then Jignas plus Ya, Jignas, Ya அப்படின்னா ஜிக்ஞாசால முன்னாடியே நம்ம பார்த்துக்கோம். சனண்ட பிரத்யா பார்த்துருக்கோம். அதெல்லாம் நம்ம எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்றதுக்கு முன்னால நீங்க அதெல்லாம் ரிவைஸ் பண்ணணும். Nijanta dhatus and Sananda dhatus, you should revise it before doing the coming exercise. Okay.
Okay. ஒரு நிமிஷம், சாரி டு இன்டரப்ட் போனா, நீங்க குருஜி பேசும்போது கொஞ்சம் மியூட் பண்ணிக்கிறீங்களா? அவர் பேசுறது கேட்க மாட்டேங்கிறது, நிறைய டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் வருது. சாரி சாரிமா, டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணதுக்கு சாரி. குருஜி பேசும்போது மட்டும் மியூட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
இல்ல கிளாஸ் லிசன் பண்ண முடியலன்னா கஷ்டம் தான். கரெக்ட் தான், அது ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை. மியூட் பண்ணிக்கிறேன்.
எனக்கு ஒண்ணுமே கேக்குறது இல்லையா?
படிக்கவா? இல்ல மியூட் பண்ணிருந்தேன். இப்ப படிக்கட்டுமா? Short akara in penultimate and pu ending dhatus take yat. Lab to gain plus yat is equal to labya, that should be gained.
It is ending in a hal. Normally hal ending dhatu should take nyat, whereas pa varga will only take yat. Ba being papa bhabama, it belongs to pa varga and hence it will take only yat. So lab plus yat, labya. Lab means to gain, labya means that which should be gained. Similarly, gamla makara, which again belongs to pa varga, papa baba ma, and it means to reach, plus yat is equal to gamya, that which should be reached. Okay?
Okay.
Then what is the example below given is how the dha becomes plus yat deya, which I think by this time it would have been clear to all of you. There is no need to read that. யாருக்காவது இதுல ஏதாவது சந்தேகம் இருக்கா? Okay, so we next topic vandu kep. I don't want to bring in too many things at one class. Vera onno sandegam illanaka we will stop here today. யாருக்கா ஏதாவது சந்தேகம் இருக்கா?
இல்ல குருஜி.
ஓகே, சரி முடிச்சிருக்கோம்.
குருஜி ஒரே ஒரு क्वेश्चन குருஜி. நீங்க அந்த இது ஒரு துக்காகமா வரதுக்கு சொன்னீங்க. துக்காகமால வந்து தாத்து should be ending in hrasva vowel when any krit pratyaya follows and pit pakara as a it letter. So இது வந்து அப்ப துக்காகமா ஆட் ஆகும். அப்ப வந்து வெறும் பக்கா பித்துக்கு மட்டும் தான் இது. இங்க வந்து வரது இருக்கு இல்லையா, யத்துக்கு வந்து பா வர்க்கா தாத்து வரணும் இல்லையா?
பா வர்க்கா தாத்து இல்ல, பா பிரத்யா should ending in pa. கெப்ல வந்து கெப் இஸ் பிரத்யா தானே?
இல்ல நான் கெப் சொல்லல, யத்து வரும்போது அது பா வர்க்கா தாத்துவா இருக்கணும், நாட் பித். அது வந்து பா வர்க்கா தாத்து.
ஆமா, பா வர்க்கா, பா எண்டிங் தாத்து, பா வர்க்கா எண்டிங் தாத்து.
ஓகே, அது பா வர்க்கா எண்டிங் தாத்து. இதுல வந்து பித்து மட்டும் தான். இந்த ஹ்ரஸ்வா துக்காகமாக்கு வெறும் பித்து மட்டும் தான்.
ஆமா ஆமா.
Okay, okay, Guruji. Confused item. Thank
Okay.
you.
சரி, முடிச்சிருங்க.
श्लोकं चलता गुरुजी. स्वस्तिप्रजाभ्य परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. धन्यवादः गुरुजी.
Okay. Thank you all. இதெல்லாம் ரிவைஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. அடுத்த கிளாஸ் வரதுக்கு முன்னாடி போக it might look very complicated, but unless until you are fully prepared, you will find it difficult. Okay.
Sir, இந்த பா வர்க்க தாத்துல எண்டிங் இருக்கும்போது ஷார்ட் ஆ இன் பெனல்டிமேட் னு போட்டுருக்கு இல்லையா? that is also a rule, right?
எனக்கு சரியா கேட்கல, ரொம்ப வால்யூம் கம்மியா இருக்கு, சொல்லுங்க.
அதாவது இப்ப பா வர்க்கத்துல தாத்து எண்ட் ஆறுதுன்னா அப்போ பெனல்டிமேட்ல வந்து ஹஸ்வ அகாராவும் இருக்கணும்.
ஆமா, இருக்கணும். that is another the same.
If the ikara is there, it is not valid, right?
ஆமா.
Okay, thank you.